So how are you, sir?
I am fine, thank you. A little tired after a long session, but nice.
Yeah. How was the experience with the current batch of SCMHRD?
Yeah, so I have been now, I must tell you that I have done this session in quite a few institutes. A similar type of session. What I found here was that the level of questions was quite intelligent, yeah, and the students were not afraid to intervene and interact. So I usually in some institutes I take some time in drawing out students with their point of view, their questions. Here I didn't have to do much of that. That was very welcome. So it shows that students are motivated, want to ask, and more importantly interested in what the speaker has to say. So it was very good, very nice.
And how do you find the finance club of SCMHRD?
Yeah, excellent idea. I think this has to be done in because finance is the nerve center of any organization. So irrespective of whether a person is doing finance specialization or not, it is very important that a student and a person who wants to enter the corporate sector have a knowledge of finance. So even if the person has a specialization in an area other than finance, institution such as finance club will be very good for any institution to adopt.
So though you are in the finance sector now, you have had an experience of HR for 2 years.
Yeah.
So how do you think your experience in HR play a role in your current job as CFO of Vodafone India?
Which is, it certainly plays a very key role. Yeah. Couple of things. First of all, I understand the HR concepts a little bit. Though I might not be an expert, I understand when they talk about HR concepts, when they talk about HR theory, I can relate it to my experience in HR back in Hindustan Unilever. And being in a largely people business, for example, today's business where I am in, around 60% of the total cost base is salary. Yeah. So it's very important for me to understand what are the driving factors of this very important component of cost. And for that I need to understand HR. So the talent, the demand for talent, the supply and demand for talent in India, how is it moving every year, what are the factors that impact talent situation in India. So that experience which I had a few years back is very critical also from a hardcore compensation point of view. What do people want in their compensation these days? Do they want more choice? Do they want less choice? Etc. etc. So it's in the building, in my journey as a business person, this HR experience has helped me a lot.
What do you think will be the economic implications of an event like Brexit for a company like Vodafone specifically, which is based in UK?
Yeah, so it is based in UK. Like I explained, it's only a small percent of the revenues which come from UK. I think, if memory serves me right, it's only 11% of Vodafone's global revenues come from UK. Though Vodafone's roots are in the United Kingdom, the business is spread across Europe, across a few areas in Africa, across Asia and elsewhere. So per se Brexit will have a limited impact. Yeah. However, the head office of Vodafone is located in the UK. Vodafone PLC is listed in the FTSE 100. So there's a lot of close interactions with the United Kingdom. Certainly it could have an impact on the location of the head office if Brexit were to happen, is what we understand. If that happens, the head office could change, but otherwise I don't see that much of an impact. And it is evidenced by the fact that after the Brexit happened, Vodafone share price actually went up, because in the UK stock market they found that this was a diversified option for investors to come in to hedge them against the Brexit risk. So to a large extent I think it will not have that much impact, but this is what we know now. We don't know what will happen as a result of the negotiations, etc. etc. We will see what happens in the next couple of years. Nobody knows anything much about Brexit actually, except that it has happened or is happening.
Thank you, sir.
That's it.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.